Hey everyone, this is Louis7, and today I am streaming the Lord of the Rings online. Getting started a little bit late here, which is basically as usual, but today we are running the Rift of Nurz Ghashu, level 50, 12-man raid. We are actually running it fairly on level. I say fairly because not everybody's exactly level 50, but also, I am on a hunter, which is basically pure coincidence. This character just happens to be the one closest to level 50 for me and the one that's in the best position to run the Rift. But among the Guardian and Lore Master, which we've already had some previews of Standing Stone Games thoughts for revamps, we actually have that for the hunter as well. So unlike the previous stream, I won't be talking about that haphazardly throughout the content we are running. We're going to focus on the content first, and then I was thinking about diving into a couple of the options that Standing Stone Games presented for the hunter update. So that is the general plan for today. I also have to adjust my audio as I am in Discord with my kin for this, but I'm super excited to get back to the Rift. It's kind of funny with the thumbnail for the stream. I have Return to Khurn Dûm and Khurn Dûm crossed out because what's the other, like the big evil thing of Angmar? Obviously Khurn Dûm, except there's no raid there. The raid is actually the Rift of Nurz Ghashu, so if we want raid content in Khurn Dûm, this is pretty much what we have. It's also with just comparing Return to Khurn Dûm compared to Khurn Dûm, I think the Return to Khurn Dûm has partially motivated my kin. We've actually run, I wasn't able to do this on stream, but we ran Uragarth one evening, and that was a lot of fun. So it kind of motivated my kin to get back to some of the low-level content or lobby groups. And then, naturally, from 6-man, it progresses to the raid. We still haven't done the other 6-man, so that's something that we could possibly be doing with this group in the future, but at this point we are doing the raid. And it's kind of interesting to look back at Khurn Dûm, or more so Angmar as a whole, and the instances that are in Angmar, and compare it to what the Return to Khurn Dûm is, because Return to Khurn Dûm is basically a reimagined version of, for some reason my blanket, oh, that's not my blanket, that's the cat game. I was like, what? Okay, that just threw me off for a second. I'm still not used to having 2 cat beds on my desk with the cat cam. But let's see, what was I going on about? Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to compare the re-envisioned Khurn Dûm, in general, like re-envisioned Return to Angmar, maybe more generally, to the Rift. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get my Hobbit gifts and pretty much waiting for my group to get organized. I think we had like almost 7-ish people sign up, but I think there are a couple sort of issues with some of the people. I think one of them is just unable to make it, which is okay. I call it an issue, but it just means we won't have them. And then kind of similar, I think, with the second person. So I'm not entirely sure how many we will have today. Also, hello, and hello to both Guy. I kind of don't want to leave this room in Gathforth near this cave, because this character is not supposed to be here. He has not done the book quest, but he is in the cave that he does not belong. I actually can talk to this guy. I don't think I was able to talk to him before. But yeah, it's just kind of funny to be here, even though I haven't done the quests that are required to be here. I don't think it's like an exploit. This is probably a feature that's been in the game for a long time. We just had a captain summon us in here. So it's not like a bad thing, besides being an exclusive cave for after you get to this part in the book quest. So we have Lexi sleeping in a little ball, and we have Piper all nice and active now that I'm talking. That's about how it goes, but they like being here. The Rift is too long. I'm not entirely sure. It's a really long raid, and it used to be even longer, but it's almost just a mark of the old design, not just in LOTRO, but in MMOs. Raids used to be designed differently and a lot longer. intended to take like multiple days to get through. Whereas I think nowadays they tend to be designed to be maybe multiple hours at maximum. But yeah, it's nowadays you go through the content in Rift so fast because everything dies so quickly that I don't necessarily think it takes too long. Like if you think about Rift in the modern day, but way back in the day when I didn't actually run it on level, from what I hear, it'd probably be too long for me nowadays. I actually tend to like raids that are between 1 and 3 bosses. But one of my big things with... Oh wow, actually I have a quest to turn in. That's crazy. Hello. I want a two-handed hammer, I think. That's not a terrible hammer for a LOTRO, but as much emphasis as SSG puts on their armor and making a bunch of good-looking armor sets, even the one I have right here, they honestly, I think the weapons in the game could look a whole lot better, and hammers and clubs may be the two big ones. Reaper is relentless right now. That's a problem. Even when I got home, most of the cats have, well, most of the cats, I said as if I have a bunch. The 2 cats have been sleeping for most of the time. So now that I get talking and standing up, they're all wound up and ready for pets. Piper is. Lexi, she's perfectly happy sleeping there, clearly. Looks like we might have 8-ish people. I know I said 7 earlier and then a couple dropped, but I am in the cave. I was planning on not leaving though, unless you need me to. I'm in the cave that I'm not supposed to be in. Yeah. Spears. I love the way spears look as well. That's why I, even on characters that they aren't necessarily the best, are, yeah, usually use spears. Even on this hunter, actually. I'm staring at him. I'm staring at the spear he is using. He has some ugly hammer in his offhand, but we'll ignore that. And I use a spear. Especially on hunter, where it's mostly cosmetic. For now. Maybe. We'll see where Standing Stone Games takes the hunter. This is a lot of cat fur that's getting on my shirt, on my floor, on my desk pad, mouse pad, on my keyboard, on my mouse, on my... Yep, bunch of cat fur on my microphone too. But yeah, I like the look of spears. Ideally, I wouldn't have a hammer for his offhand, though. I kind of like that janky look with the hammer, but if I used a hammer, a better looking one at least. This one looks like it was built. This hammer was made to build houses, not build destruction on your enemy. A spear-like staff, that could be a bit neat. Like if there were almost like long spears, just two-handed sharp spears. We're getting some people in the group. Well, my inventory is always so full. How are inventories not full? There are just so many items in LOTRO. Look, I have all these potions, so I have 1 potion for each type with maximum strength 55, so that's good for this character's level. Okay, I have some low-level potions. We could get rid of those. I don't really need those. Okay, so I'm holding on to potions just in case I need them. You know, all 50, 60 maybe even 70 to 80 of these low level ones. And then I have crispy garlic frog legs. Those are really delicious, supposedly. And then let's see. Whole bunch of crafting items and then 6 maps debris. I don't need those as a hunter. Let's get rid of those. I also, I have a hunter sword of legends. Yeah, I want the spear. We already covered that. Let's see. What else we got? I have an offhand sword that I have locked. Probably back when I was level 26 is when that's from. I might be able to cosmetically override my hammer with that though. There we go. We have a spear. Although I want an axe. It's gotta sound weird, but spear and axe, that is the ideal high elf hunter weapon set. And then I have a whole bunch of... Why did I lock that piece of gear? That one might have been an accident. But yeah, that's a rundown on my inventory. Also, this is an old bow. Don't need that. This cloak is the Wildwood cloak. I thought I'd keep that. This character went through Wildwood. It's not the prettiest cloak, and I don't really like cloaks, but there we go. And then a bunch of other random stuff. I have Corgi, Heron, and Loyal Turtle, but these are bound to account. So, well, the Corgi one I just used, but yeah, the Heron or Turtle, should I get one of those for this character? I don't know. I feel like Turtle, my captain needs the Turtle. I think that'll be my hardcore captain's new pet. Oh, I also have level 2 food. I ignored those even. Yeah, we can get rid of those. See, at this point, food like that is, it's nice. It's a nice idea for your character, but it's on the relatively useless side, and I just have a bad habit of not wanting to sell it. These can be disenchanted, so I'd rather disenchant, well, not this one, but if I wanted stats instead of the Darud Stone. In fact, I'd probably equip that for this run, because I don't really care about XP from the Rift. It won't be much. Reputation items, but there we go. Now, I think I still have the town services, and I should have the subscribers drug buff, so we don't need to worry about that. And that means that I should be able to sell everything except for that. So let's redo that. There we go. And how about that? I have almost 2 rows of inventory space. Can you imagine that? And then I was going to equip for this run before I forget, because I don't care about this character's XP at this point. And I'll just equip that pocket item for a bit more damage. We know I need it. Wow, we're quite slow organizing today. And here I was thinking I was running late, but it's 20 minutes past the scheduled time for this instance. And here we are. So basically up until about 5 minutes before the stream started, I was basically unable to get the stream set up because my computer was preoccupied by me doing work stuff. Oh, hey, not that I have much else to spend these on, but I could get some potions. Technically, I could get some gear, but I honestly don't know if this gear is any decent, at all. I'm not too familiar with this gear. If I remember correctly, it doesn't look that good, but shoulder pads are 10.4 ICMR in combat morale region. Yeah, definitely don't want those is the point. Plus 54 maximum power. That's almost 10% max power, but that's to me, just not enough. I also wonder... Okay, never mind. I thought I read somebody's health. Their health has 5 digits essentially instead of 4 digits, but I think they're 6,000 something health. So we're all relatively in line, fairly on level. I don't think every character in this group is in the kin on that alt, but it's a kin run. They all have alts in the kin, basically. Okay, what else do we have inventory-wise that could be cleaned up? Well, we could send Dorden... Oh, what did I just do? Why did Control-M bring that up? Alright, guess I'm exiting that. That's funny. That overrid like me pressing anything in LOTRO for that program, but yeah, it's nice that you can have separate bags, Jim, because then you can sort stuff a little bit better. To me, that's just time consuming. I actually have a lot of these Virtue XP things on this character. Wow. They're not like the most impactful or anything, but that might give Dorden a little bit of a help. And we have two full rows, that's what I'm trying to say, of inventory space. That's incredible. Here, we can even get rid of the Grimwood stuff. If the stream, or if this getting the run organized takes long enough, then I might have 0 spots taken up in my inventory. Here, I already said the hardcore captain can have the turtle. That just seems like it would fit him. What's the hardcore captain's name? Anybody know? Is it Luian? Captain... Maybe it's Luian. Yeah, I think it's Luian. And then the Heron. I don't really know. Maybe the Heron could be this character's pet. Did he have something that went through him with Wildwood? Went through Wildwood with him, I should say. My words are getting mixed up. But yeah, I don't think so. See, I just, there's no connection between this character and the Heron. I have no idea where I even got that, to be honest. Toma the Friendly Heron. Let's see where that Heron is from. You can actually do that in game. Friendly Heron. Oh, that's from Before the Shadow. Okay, that doesn't matter. I can just use that then. And then the Corgi's from like an anniversary or some other thing. Alright, let's use the Heron. Oh, we can't even use it once we get the raid started, though. That's kind of funny. I don't think I have ever seen 2 empty rows of inventory space before. Okay, looks like we have... I was still a tiny bit concerned because somebody was on a character that was way over leveled. I didn't think we were gonna have that, but we are not. But they're trying a extra low level character. Unfortunately, if I don't want to leave this cave, I basically am stuck here. I just like... I can't use the milestone because you have to do Conqueror of the Watching Stones, which this character does not have. So, yeah, we can try to go to Laerden's room. Oh, wait, no? I thought those would be instance portals, but they are not. Shows how familiar I am with this place. Also, I don't need all... Wait, is that somebody else? Yeah, it's really interesting with some of the hunter changes. Because you all might know, I really enjoy the blue line. Well, there's a chance that the blue line will be being removed as a specialization. So that'll be something to go about with. I can do these quests, it's not a problem. I'm probably gonna... I don't want to deal with that. Although maybe I should. I don't know. But yeah, that's a possibility from the Hunter revamp. The other possibility that I remember is turning it into a hybrid ranged melee spec, which is... I don't know if that's exactly how it is, but if I remember correctly, that was like the objective line of that option. And then the yellow line is where I feel like the hunter needs the most work, to be honest. They can, of course, do balance changes to make sure blue line and red line are both like viable DPS and do similar numbers, but have certain benefits to each. Like the red line may be better AoE, blue line more mobility, something like that. I feel so tall. Why are there so many short creatures here? Also, oh, Pantheon. Why is there a Pantheon Ken at LOTRO? That is so confusing to me. Oh, legendary item XP. I gotta get that quest then. Yellow line is fun, but I think it needs the most balancing and quality of life adjustments. But I actually do really enjoy playing the yellow line. The problem is, in most situations, I would be better just playing blue line. And then in other situations, I would be better just playing red line. I'll probably switch to red. I don't know why I just went to blue. So it looks like we have a bear tank, minstrel, potentially runekeeper healer, and potentially other minstrel healer. I have no idea where they came from, to be honest. And then yeah, so typically would prefer red line just for straight up damage. Unfortunately, the blue line's a bit weaker now, but for mobility and solo, typically would prefer blue line, especially at these lower levels. Higher levels, I think it's a little bit more situational. And yellow line, I have this video that I don't think I ever actually got around to uploading. It's one of those YouTube Shorts videos. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I had one of these. Maybe I should finally get around to uploading that. But it's basically all about, again, it's a Shorts video, so it's a super short video, but it's all about the yellow line hunter. And there's some interesting things you can do with it, but kind of beyond that, there aren't as many uses. All right. From what I heard, we are ready to go.
Rest. We are tired. Many have died.
Rest.
I think it's horse crow.
Anyone else need rest?
Apparently that's from a game. Blade Runner and something else. Cat, where? Oh wow, right there. There's another cat right there. Oh no. Oh, she was seeing all the people move around the screen. Come on. There we go. I've never been this way before. Well, looks like we aggroed them anyway. Alright, let's see what Heartseeker can do. Okay, this guy actually has a decent bit of health. I might actually have to do some damage. I was not prepared to actually, like, meaningfully contribute today, but I might have to. You all will see how bad I am at Hunter now. The thing with the Hunter, and even the Champion, a lot of people call them easy classes, which I think they're easy to do, like, baseline D... Uh-oh. Where did LOTRO go? Why is it black? What happened? Poor K. Good job, OBS. Good work. Nah, it probably was the cat. Oh, she saw my hand. But yeah, with the Hunter and Champion, those are basically described as the two easiest classes in the game. Not just by me, but by other people a lot. And I think they're fairly straightforward to get like baseline, do a decent job on. Like it's kind of difficult to play them really bad, but they each have their intricacies. That does make a little bit of a basically skill gap between top level hunter and bottom level hunter. So from my understanding, the biggest things as a redline hunter is to use upshot on cooldown with maximum focus, and then use your bleeds, and then use swift bow, heartseeker kind of included in the bleeds, but a longer cooldown ability. And yeah, you can weave in blindside, low cut for focus, probably ideally not low cut, and otherwise even quick shot actually does fairly decent damage just using it on its own. But this is just a class I don't play that frequently, but as I've described in my recent-ish videos, like my spec ranking video, Hunter has a lot of decent specs to me, and it's just an all-around solid class that is often enjoyable. It actually, way back in the day, used to be my third most played class behind Warden and Runekeeper, which I find to be kind of interesting, just because it's always, this is like in every game that I play, every MMO, because basically every MMO has a hunter class. I don't know if you could call it an MMO without a hunter class, but in basically all of them, it ends up that I'm not like the most interested in the hunter, but it's also usually really enjoyable, and it ends up being one of my more preferred classes. Oh, I should have used Burn Hot. I have aggro, but that just means I'm doing my job, doing good damage. And we actually have some people focusing on the right target. Some people being not me. I think you all can hear the in-game audio. I did test that, but okay, I can, but I have to turn the volume way up louder than usual. Okay. Should all still be good. And now I can actually I hear the war drums of the minstrels. I don't know if they're both using drums, but I know for sure one of them is. Not only did I hear it, but I know that they use drums. I don't think we have target assist. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, get that low cut AoE DPS. It's also really interesting comparing a high level hunter, which I have probably played high level hunter more than this hunter recently. Interesting how much more AoE high level hunters have, especially if you build for AoE. I think it's typically not optimized to build for AoE, but you can get up to Rain of Thorns in the yellow line, which includes Explosive Arrow, which if I remember correctly doesn't scale all that well at high level. And then Split Shot is one of the more ridiculous abilities and how much damage it does. But yeah, this is for 37 trait points, level 53. This seems to be a pretty solid build where I have everything, oh, except one of them. I have like everything maxed out that I have points put into it, except for this one thing. Oh, I guess we're listening to his speech as Moth. I wonder the last time I streamed Rift. Do y'all know when that was? Was that back during the launch days of Anor? That might even be the last time no, we did run this with my Beorning, but that might have been during the summer where I was back at home. And obviously couldn't really stream or make videos then. Should I cause trouble? No? Nobody voted yes, so... Wow, I can't believe I have this clean of inventory. I might go ahead and use some fire potions. There we go. I really gotta pretend that I'm a real hunter. Also don't know why I'm using my bleed so much. Wait, we have a warden. I just realized that because I was looking at the trolls debuffs and I'm like, that is a warden bleed. I wonder how they're liking the revamp. Actually, when I checked with them, I believe they're still getting used to it. Here we're gonna do... Oh, I already went in camouflage. I was gonna set a campfire. We can't move with camouflage, nope. But we can do bright campfire there. At some point, this guy's just going to pull. I'm gonna get him here. Use my mint debuff. And by the time I use my mint debuff, he is dead anyway. Yeah, this is nowadays, just thinking about the pacing, pretty enjoyable, but I have to wonder, way back in the day, how long this must have taken. Because even when I played MMOs back around-ish, maybe when this was current, maybe even more so Moria Mirkwood times when I played, was like first getting into MMOs, I didn't really raid, so I didn't really ever get that experience of super long, drawn-out raids over multiple days. This is the Rift of Nurz Ghashu Broly, so this is in Ingmar, but it is the 12-man raid from Ingmar. This was the, as far as I know, the first raid in the game. I don't think Keligrod was first. I think Keligrod was after the Rift. I think they're getting the mushroom quest items here. If we get close enough, we can activate the boss. I also do find it funny how small the bosses are compared to new raids. Like, this would probably be maybe a signature type mob in a modern day LOTRO raid. He might even be considered a greenie, he's so small. Now, he has, I think, some one-shot type mechanics, but... I don't know if we'll run into that. Or maybe it's just a high, like, close range AoE type thing. But either way, if we follow all the rest of the other peoples, we should be safe. Probably don't need that finesse if I had to guess at this point, but that's actually pretty high. I'd be impressed if you actually needed 28% finesse for being actually slightly over leveled, but even on level running this. I'm only 3 levels over level. Yeah. Yes, as we're going over the old fight strategy. And yeah, most of my experience from this raid was actually on an ore, running it at the level 50 cap, and then a little bit again. I tank this on my Beorning, a little bit from that as well, but mainly I think from the original 50 cap on an ore. Back when I played a lore master, and as I talked about and spliced the clips up for yesterday's video, I think that was yesterday, but for that video, as I talked about, I don't typically play yellow line, and from trying yellow line at the 50 cap, that's when I really realized it was not for me. And because DPS lore master is, you're just better off playing a yellow line lore master, especially in a raid situation. I decided that was pretty much it for that character.
You dare challenge the bite of Mars?
Alright, let's get some damage in. Oh, we need a hope token. I don't know what Bow of the Righteous does for Hunter now. Is it like a power thing? Oh, we got run away. Oh, we actually have to run away. Wow. That was a lot of damage. Okay. I wasn't quite ready to take that much damage. We also don't have any hope tokens. I do have a +5 hoper. Do I? Oh, no. That actually did 11,000 damage to me. That would have been a pure one shot even if I had full thingy. And yes, red LM, best LM to me too. Where's my water? They might be able to get through it. They have a lot of ads though, but they have a Beorning and Minstrel and Lore Master and Warden. I wonder if with the Warden revamp, they're in DPS spec and don't really play Warden much, but if it is possible for Warden to solo this boss. Yeah, Broly, as William said, it kind of depends for running old instances. Any of the ones that can scale, you can actually set to low levels. But otherwise, if they're not scalable, they're locked at a particular level. Oh, apparently I'm target assist. Let's pick a good target. Yeah, we'll pick bars. Alright, run back. Jacques, you found out recently Hunter Endurance Stance Quick Shot heals morale. Yes, that is a great thing that I know I have shared in videos, but it's been probably scattered a bit about, but I think that is a relatively hidden, just nice quality of life thing. Oh, it actually does say in the tooltip there, but not very immediately obvious. That is a great thing for Hunter solo healing. It's actually a pretty decent heal. It's not quite as strong at higher levels, but I know this character, that endurance heal is basically how I soloed the, like, what's it called?
Go quickly. I will hold off.
Agroth and Arrow Delve. Actually on level like when it came out. Crunchy legs. Oh, they actually have an XP disabler going on. Halt experience. I wonder what my offhand is like. Yeah, it's an item level 50. Doesn't look impressive, but have to temper my expectations for the level my character is. Cat's ears are taking up the whole cat cam, basically. It's possible that a fight like this, I might end up preferring to be on blue line, just so I can run around and kite if I need to. That, of course, wouldn't be optimal, but it's something to consider, especially with the AoE damage. Technically, if we were fully optimized, I don't think I should need that. I think we're waiting for a couple more people and give us a hope token this time. I have 2 good ones and 1 bad one on this character. 1 bad one as in it's still a hope token, but it's like the worst. It's a 1 hope. I wonder what my traceries are at for this character. I think at 56 is when I get the reforge, but I'm not really wasting resources on low-level traceries. I actually do have a skill induction speed, actually. Why don't I have that equipped? That is a roll tracery. Do I not have a roll tracery slot unlocked? That might be it. That's one of the biggest complaints I have with the LI revamp, is that, like, I'm level 54 and I still can't actually use one whole set of traceries, any of the roll traceries. Ideally, to me, it would be like you just get one of each to start on the weapon and then it progresses from there. You can enter them if your level is too high. Some raids, though, have mechanics that actually require more than one person, like what we were doing Wednesday on the Lore Master, where I was basically on follow the whole time, and they're partially for the mechanics. Yeah, you just need more than one person, but a lot of the very low-level ones you can solo. Some of the, like, medium-level ones can be a bit tough, just to output enough damage. I'd be curious as, like, a benchmark if Throne is like on the easy soloable point now at level 140. Throne of the Dreadtear at the level 105 raid. I used to be perhaps the best source of Scrolls of Empowerment and Starlight Crystals, old LI resources, just running the first boss on tier 2 with like 3 or 4 people. But that was the thing they killed, and then they did the LI revamp, so it's not even relevant anymore. Surprise. I don't think, yeah, this character is vault. I still have some boxes. I'm gonna check my shared storage though. My shared storage is a little bit scary. If you're wondering why I don't just toss my stuff into my shared storage instead of leave it in my inventory, this is pretty much why. I have 349 out of 120 slots taken. Alright, let's see. Oh, I was about to use camouflage. Okay, Burn Hot, Heartseeker, that thing, this thing, that thing, this thing, that thing. And now you know the hunter rotation. It's a whole bunch of this things and that things. Oh, wrong button. I meant to use upshot. Oh man, we gotta focus on ads. They're making us. Use low cut and then I can use rain of arrows. There's somebody healing the troll, though I actually not know who to kill. Or is the troll just not taking much damage? Oh, there it is. There's the slave. Oh, we're actually going. See, this is why I want to actually run blue line. Because we can just kill the boss, but yeah, basically... Oh, I almost got my potion. Basically because I kind of thought this might happen. Oh, I see. Does that help? Oh, I see. But yeah, I think next time, if they don't get this, it's still entirely possible that they will. I think they'll just go blue line. Or I could just not AoE and let whoever has aggro and just go 100% on bars. Because then I shouldn't get any ads aggro if I'm all on bars. I actually wasn't expecting us to run into this much trouble just because characters are so OP now, but just some extra context for you all. We have a lot of people that don't play characters they normally play, and especially roles like tanks, healers. These people normally don't play either tanks or healers. or whatever it is. So it's a change of experience for a lot of people. I don't normally play Hunter. Push Shred thing fast, that sounds like a good Hunter rotation. But you know what? This wouldn't be, as somebody just mentioned in Discord, this would not be the classic Rift experience without dying a whole bunch, so... Or we're being lore accurate with us. The lore of the Rift. I could always bring my minstrel, like if we needed something stronger to run through this, but that kind of remove the point a little bit of being on level. I think that would be my next closest character. Actually, my minstrel's kind of high level now, isn't he? He's a bit above 60. I was thinking it was closer to 60. To an extent for aggro, it's just the same abilities you use for DPS, but you do have to throw in all the defensive stuff on top of that. Yeah, the Troll Keeper. That's who I was trying to target, if I remember correctly, but it was just kind of a mess. I remember there being a thing with that, and as I mentioned, whatever, like, yeah, that's who I was trying to target, but... 2. Resounding challenge. 2. Oh, yeah, 2132. And then there's also 2321. I'd have to actually look at my Gambit icons to know the numbers. Let's see. 231, and then 2132, and then 2312. Those are the Warden. It's easier to type them out than try to just say it. Resounding challenge, yes, that one's 3231. It's actually Control 3, Shift 3. Yeah, Control 3, Shift 3. Okay, I don't know if they're actually going into the blue line, but... This really is like the old days, though, where we're just sitting here doing nothing and chatting around while people strategize and learn the fight or dying. That's one thing that's always been awkward to me about streaming raid content. Is like, what to do when you're sitting around here doing nothing? Yeah, so I think technically the strategy for this fight is to kill the ads during the boss, but we have so much damage that we could just kill the boss. And I think that would get us the fight done. The ads would technically live, but we could come back and defeat them. And I think the boss will stay dead. Some encounters aren't like that, but I believe this one and older LOTRO content, that should be perfectly fine. I don't know if we had somebody drop or if they were switching characters to get hope tokens, maybe. Something I've also noticed is that in general, the people that I play with, like run with, have trouble sticking together in a ball, like all stacking on each other. I think they just like being spread out. Being away from other people is kind of funny. Which in a lot of LOTRO content, it seems to be best to just stack everybody together. Sometimes for distributed damage, other times for like just captain circle buffs, things like that. Brawler buffs. Brawlers exist. Yes, I do think the boss and the trolls have aggro drops. Aggro dumps. Or, what's the right way to put it? I feel like that's not necessarily the best term for it, but essentially they'll briefly drop aggro and ignore taunts and the such. I think this boss has that mechanic as well as the troll ads. I don't even know if the troll ads are tauntable in the first place. But I do think my strategy is just to go on the boss. And then if that doesn't work, go blue line next time. This is one of the reasons I like playing Warden, because it is a class where it is technically possible to, like, you have the capability to essentially solo stuff like this if everybody dies. I feel like it puts more of the fight in my control playing a character like that. Even if, say, if we're just normal successful, it might not be the, like, one best class or one best character, but when they're not. There we go. The other cat, she was watching the Webster. I have somebody very interested in Webster here. No, I just have somebody interested. Maybe she's interested in why is Webster. Is it? Here, can you all see it? She likes watching things move on a screen, and she likes doing it 2 inches away from it. There's Weatherby. I can't see the bear. I have to watch my little OBS preview window to actually see anything going on in game. We are waiting for somebody was crafting like hope tokens on an alt. So Broly used to run. Oh yeah, you used to run a raiding guild in WoW and a PvP guild, and you used to make trafficked PvP videos before YouTube was a thing. You know, you miss raiding, but don't miss WoW. Yeah, honestly, I'm a little bit mixed on raiding lately, which is why I haven't done too many raids in general. I've just found like three man especially. 3-mans tend to be my favorite type of content lately in LOTRO. 6-mans aren't bad. I think what doesn't help is the particular 6-man with Return to Doom. Somewhat relevant. Oh no. I don't think I got it, but she was on the Raven, the Webster. But just raiding in general, despite me raiding right now. Oh yeah, so the 6-man Sagroth, that one is kind of boring to me. I hate to just call the new 6-man boring, but it honestly is. The only thing that's interesting, I shouldn't say the only thing that's interesting, the only part that is actually fun to run, like as part of the regular dungeon running, is the last boss. And don't know what that was, but yeah, and if that's the only thing that's fun about it, and that's like barely any of the portion of the entire 6-man, then that isn't that great for me to want to run it a lot. There are pieces of gear from the 3-mans and 6-mans, but they typically aren't as good as raid gear. Oops. I'm about ready for snack time. I don't know about you all. I'm just like sitting, more like standing here, doing nothing. Yeah, you can solo a lot of 3-mans in LOTRO, especially while leveling. The newest 3-mans, I was able to solo the tier 1 pretty easily on my ward, and I could technically solo a lot of tier 4, which might sound crazy, but I could technically solo a lot of tier 4, but it was just agonizingly slow that I didn't want to do it. I don't know if I could do the bosses, but one of the new 3-mans, I had to get up to a few ad packs completed before I was like, nope. So yeah, they tend to be fairly easy because they require fewer people. I don't think they should be easier relative to the group size, but that just seems to naturally be the way they end up. You have fewer... Let's see, in raids you have more opportunities for people to do bad, but you also have, if everybody performs well, yeah, you have fewer opportunities. What am I trying to say? With 12 people, there's a greater chance that you... Oh no, we have 2 cats trying to get Webster now. Sir Dale. That's funny. Oh, ready check. Do we have the other person? Have they returned? Hey, cat swap spaces. Hey there, Tumaj, if I didn't already say so. Usually just higher tiers have better rewards and better drop rates, typically. Looks like we got some hope tokens. Okay, again, I am doing redline this attempt again, and I'm just going to burn the boss. I gotta find my fire oil though. Gotta set things on fire. We're gonna focus 100% on bars, see how much DPS I can do. Maybe I should pull up combat analysis, see if I can do half the damage on this against this boss. If I'm doing 100% single target, I shouldn't have any influence from ads. I don't think I can do that much damage though. That'd be like 134k. Although I am probably the main DPSer in this group. I'd be curious. I have myself curious now. Well, I won't bother. I can't see though. I was about to press Warden abilities. We don't have a captain. We don't really have anybody with that main group buff, so I'm gonna offset here a little bit. Although we probably want to be close-ish for when he does the just aggro dump thing. I don't think it's a dump, but the temporary ignoring of aggro thing. There she is again. Get her eye gookies. Alright, we're good to go. Except I have a cat in my way. Oh, I was not ready for this. Okay, we did get camouflage, so we get whatever buff that has again. Although I don't know if using Burn Haunt might just cancel the camouflage buff, but that's okay. There's all your bones. Oh no. There goes my strategy. Way ahead, hit me. Can even target while I'm dead. Sounds like we're actually going to try the real mechanics though. I don't think you have to do lower tiers to unlock higher tiers. I don't know if we're getting me a res. There we go. Thanks. Let's just use my out of combat stuff and I'm going to run over this way. Okay, looks like these are the AoE ads. Now, because my group is actually trying to do the mechanics, I will help with that as well. I shouldn't need a hope token. I don't know exactly what our plan is here, but I'm just gonna hit the boss here. I am in endurance stance for self-heal. There we go. We got him. Easy peasy. Oops, I wasn't paying attention. The slave master did a sin. Okay, let's go back. Some raids do have cooldowns, like weekly of locks and the such. I think I'm not the biggest fan of the way they do locks, but yes, they essentially have locks for different tiers and different locks for different tiers, with sometimes being weekly, sometimes being 3 times a week, sometimes being twice a week. Not necessarily with raids and instances, but there's also that inconsistent schedule between quests, like repeatable quests and the such. And then sometimes it is daily. I think, for example, tier 5s, you can do like 2 tier 5 3-mans per week, or maybe 1 tier 5. And if you don't, technically you can still run the instance, but you don't get any good, not just any good loot. You basically get no loot. You get like silver and that's, if I remember correctly, it. I think we still get, well, loot and, yeah, these guys. Okay, let's do some crowd control. Do you know that hunters have crowd control? Neither did I. Let's do interrupt. He was already interrupted. That was a weak Heartseeker. Unless that was maybe that was a weak upshot, I mean. Ah, nice chair. Always need a good sitting stool. Somebody's eventually going to loot the chest. There is a chance that something here would actually be useful for me, such as this medium armor with 37 might. Beautiful. And what about this two-handed sword? Oh, okay. That doesn't even look good. Mentoring the drum. Star Mace could actually be an upgrade. Okay, no. Who am I kidding? This one? Nope. Oh, I'm in the red line. That's why I find the path is so slow. I'm used to my blue line build, making it like way faster. Yeah, there is sometimes pressure for players to log in every day. It's like, I remember I made videos about it, but it's something that's just kind of annoying to the point where I basically ignored it. It's gotten to the point where I run less in-game content because of the locks. That's one of the contributing factors, at least. So I kind of forget exactly what the lock schedule is. It looks like we're going straight into the fight. That's my kind of pulling. Hunter's doing good electricity stuff over there. That was a lot of zapping. But yeah, with the locks, just one of the big things about it is, say if you want to run 2 instances, if it's a weekly lock situation, if you want to run them twice in like one day, you would only get loot for the one time. But if you do that every other week instead of once a week, it kind of limits you based off that. I think one of the reasons that they have locks in the first place, though, is so people don't just like in one weekend farm everything and get all the loot and be done with the content. It's like an artificial limitation to slow your pace so you play the game more, essentially. But I think it is already time for me to sit. I am back. I don't know why it's more so my back that's tired today than my legs, but also a little bit my legs. But standing was not agreeing with me today. I also suppose I did a decent bit of walking. String table, arrow table, did. What is he targeting? String, table, error, table, DID? It's not even table ID. Higher resolution UI would be nice. I like the little lantern they have on their back item. I don't actually know, is that like the Trapper's kit? Oh yeah, I think they're restarting their game, but we'll see what they have. Bert Bartleby's backpack. That's a kind of neat backpack. It's got a lot going on. If it had just a little bit less going on, that's something I might really like for a character. Alright, let's see if we can break things. There's the other boss. He looks a lot like Bars. Ampulus Starlight Crystal. I can get two tier 4 enhancement runes. I mean, it doesn't not make sense, but those must be from the bygone era. Must be from like the first, second, or third age. Maybe I should get the hunter notes up. I was hoping to talk about that a little bit more consistently throughout the discussion period, but maybe I can go ahead and start getting that ready and seeing if any of what I said before is accurate, which I do think it is, but it would be good to actually reference the source directly instead of just based on my memory from scrolling through it. Okay, so we actually have some updates to the Guardian, or did I already see these? Yeah, not really any updates, never mind. I don't think I've seen... There actually were some updates on the Lore Master yesterday. So, on Mac Mahal... Let's see. This is going to be a little bit of a mess. But we're going to... let's see. Nope. On Lore Masters and Tame Pets. There we go. This is going to be quite terrible viewing, but that's okay. So we got this guy here. Oh yes, I can zoom it way in for you all. Alright, so I can't even see everything. There we go. Okay, let's go to 100% zoom and I'll just make my window wider because it's not like I can see it anyway. Hold up. There we go. That's good enough. No, it's not. That's good enough. Okay. This is just temporary anyway, while we're waiting for everybody to get in. But where were the updates? Okay, so let's actually start in order. Oh wow, there's more than I thought there was. Okay, so about being able to use 2 move skills on the move. Yeah, that's not really... I kind of agree that it's... I don't think it should be the one true induction-based heavy hitter. There is technically the Redline Hunter, which has a few instant abilities, but it's supposed to be the induction line. And then there's also the Redline Runekeeper, which is pretty much primarily induction besides a few things. And then, let's see. Big cooldowns take too long. See, that's something that maybe not do enough damage. And I think it depends on the particular ability you're talking about. But as I mentioned in my Lore Master video, I think it's more so having something active for when those big cooldowns are on cooldown. That's just for me though. Again, that's other people could be entirely different. But let's see. Pre-Helm's Deep class design. A lot of skills that are unrelated to personal damage. Yeah, those are more. And see, that's one of the things that I don't think I quite expanded on because that was more introduction to the topic. Yesterday's video about the roles and how they fit in is one problem in the game is taking two characters of the same class. Like if you're in a 3-man instance. Oh, yes, it was my cat. Well, at first it was one cat, then both cats were tracking it and trying to bat at it. Yep, LOTRO is a great game, but it could be better. There we go. Alright, Troll Keeper first. I'm actually going to try to be decently helpful. I know that's strange, but... Oh, did we waste it on combat res? That's fine. I'm guessing we're going to the sandbox this one, and then I don't think we ever, or do we? I think we tried the sandbox at one point, I don't know. We're probably gonna go here though. Somebody's gotta do the hunter's job around here. There is a lot of content in LOTRO. I feel like that's what they do best, is dish out content. And I don't mean like they dish it out as in bad content, but they dish out good content. And they've done a great job with the class updates lately. That's why it's more interesting to talk about and feels less complaining and more actually interesting. I wonder if his things are distributed. I don't know if that was a thing. I know that was definitely a thing in Mirkwood. I don't know if that was a thing in Angmar. But yeah, and because they're having these conversations, that's why I think it's important at this point to also say, like, what could be better about it? Their Standing Stone Games is directly asking the players what they think could be better for, say, the Hunter, the Lore Master, the Guardian, the big three that are underway right now. So that's why it's the time to share what could be better. Alright, so from what I heard, we use Burn Hot, Heartseeker, Upshot, this thingy, Blindside, Penetrating, whatever that's called, the Mitt debuffer. Oh, that actually did some decent damage. I don't think I should use my stun, remember. Actually, that's 15 seconds, I'm impatient. Oh, that's... Yikes. I tried to run away. See, I don't know why we're fighting him here when we used to fight him in the other sandbox, but I don't know. We'll see. I should be able to get through it. Maybe this is another one where I could just hide in the back and focus on the boss.
Slaves, destroy these intruders, or you will feel my lash. Running away.
Oh, it sounds like this is the old way of doing it, and the way we were doing it on Nor was because of just general balance updates that they've done throughout the years. But it's actually nice that we're struggling. I honestly thought we would just plow through this with basically no problem, because it is, despite our deaths, relatively easy content still. We're just running into one-shots a lot, which is kind of interesting. It's kind of like the mobs are stronger and the players are stronger, so everything dies faster. It's entirely possible to do this. But yeah, they might be able to get through this. Yeah, that's the thing with LOTRO that at first I wasn't really sure about, was that LOTRO, while it is a classic MMO with very similar gameplay to other MMOs, it doesn't have a global cooldown system. It has a skill key where skill timing is based on animation speeds, mostly, rather than just a global cooldown to limit you. I think typically I actually do prefer global cooldown systems, but it makes LOTRO's a little bit different in a way. Also, the Minstrel seems to have lost aggro on all the ads, so it's kind of a more or less rip of this. She got him down pretty far for where he was, though. When I even checked, by the time I checked, it was like 100k, so that was over 100k, so that was about halfway from there. Oh no, Diablo 4. I say oh no Diablo 4 just because I'm not a big fan of Diablo, but it's like the ARPG, action RPG genre I'm just not a fan of. It's the simple game feel. I wonder if that's why I find myself not really finding much interest in it. It's kind of like Guild Wars 2, which I've heard is different at high levels, but at low levels, medium levels, even the characters I've played, it's just like combat gameplay is just so boring. Also, why am I going down? Communities are toxic in those. I would actually, well, I kind of am familiar with MOBAs because of League of Legends, but didn't actually know that with ARPGs. The internet is toxic is true. I'd say for the most part, LOTRO is not. I know people always praise its community and the such. There are, I wouldn't say groups because that would be generalizing groups of people, but there are people that are toxic, but for the most part, it's not bad. All right, should I do the 100% on boss strategy, or should I actually try to do mechanics? Yeah, complexity of LOTRO is nice. That's one of the things there's a whole lot of factors going on, but the mess of it, while it is a mess, I think it's actually a good mess. It makes it enjoyable. And when I say mess, basically mean complexity. This guy, he has an outfit that, top part, the hat, that's what I really mean. It just reminds me of my Runekeeper. It's kind of interesting. It's a different hat, but it's same style hat, basically. Okay, so I think we're doing the sandbox strategy, which is the one I'm more familiar with, so that's great. I think this is not a solid object. Yeah, no. Yeah, I couldn't believe that the WoW forums were toxic back in the day. I know WoW is, because it's a popular MMO, is known, maybe not known for its toxicity, but known to have more toxicity. Yeah, I remember this part.
What is this foolishness? None can withstand Zerm. Out of my way. Running away.
Hold up. I got this, don't worry. All is under control. We'll kill this boss. There's basically a guarantee that it's not distributed damage. Well, we'll target Troll Keeper for everybody. Okay, I think I have a... Ooh, the boss is almost dead. I think we might get a res. We have a minstrel up. And we also have a Runekeeper. I wonder if they had or have DNF on somebody. I do need to stop the troll. Oh, apparently I'm getting rezzed. Cool. Okay, we're going for ads. Which is fine. Oh yeah, floating names on would help for me to actually see inductions. It's something I'm not used to on this character. Basically only my high level characters. Okay, we're gonna get a couple big hits on the boss and hopefully not die in the meantime. Let's just burn the boss. Almost got my days. Yeah, if I do AoE, that is a greater chance to aggro the mobs. I think the boss has a heal going, but it's only 2,000. Oh wow, we were really close. But to an extent, I think if we focused on the boss, we could just burn it down with our group. But killing the ads lets us get to that point. I think for the third wave of ads, that's when we really should just focus on the boss. That seems like it would be better. Yeah, I think I need to maybe stay away and not AoE. Of course, with single target with the Slave Master, the damage is redirected, so I wonder if this is intended to look like the eye. It kind of looks like it. On the map, I've never really paid attention to that. Has anyone noticed... Oh, I was just going to say in this large cavern, has anyone noticed the layout kind of looks like the eye of Sauron? Yeah. Wrong way. Did you just laugh at me? Always look down, never look up. That is also true, Broly. That's the same for me. If I didn't like this game, I wouldn't really have reason to criticize it or be critical about it. I might have reason to criticize it, but beyond I don't like it. You wanna have anything interesting to say? Okay, we're actually going to have some masterful mashes. You know, those are like the most important thing. I do have enhancement runes, but I doubt I can use them because ally system at this level is odd. I'll leave it at that.
What is this foolishness? None can withstand the Zerg.
We need the increased stealth detection. We...
Out of my way. Running away.
Yes, I am running away. Artankas. There we go. We're playing this safe. How long does Burn Haunt last? Okay. You may be wondering why I even used Burn Haunt during this part of the fight, because ideally, I should have it up again later. But if our problem is we're burning the boss down too fast, ran away in time this time. We have Troll Keeper back here. Okay, let's use shift. Oh, no, that's bad. And for some reason I can't use my stun remover. Now I can. Oh, more ads are out. This is bad. I should just go blue line. Yeah. Okay, I do not have aggro on anything right now. Although I'm uncomfortably close to that boss. These guys are probably running for me. Although if the healer is healing, they should get heal aggro. Ah, that stun was bad. Oh. There we go, blue line. We're doing it. Now I wish I actually was using combat analysis to compare the DPS for this particular composition and situation. And this level. I think that's more the bigger thing. Now, pre-power revamp, I had tons of power issues on this character in the blue line, so it's going to be interesting to see if that's still the case, I think. Also, oh, did I not? Yeah, that's fine. We're good. There's... Yeah, it looks like 2-day locks. I will not be back in 2 days, I know that. Unfortunately, this upcoming week, well, even this past week, have been super busy for me. I've just been more or less on top of things where I've actually managed to squeeze in time for streams and videos. Hello, Aldred. Totally missed you. You know it's bad when I already moved to another game, but check on LOTRO to see if it's playable. No raid to work towards? There actually is. Well, in the next week or two, there will be a new raid to work towards. Wait, what is today? Today is Friday, right? Yes, okay. Oh, I don't even know what day of the week it is. For all I knew for a moment there, it was like Monday.
What is this foolishness?
Oh, that's Lexi there. I didn't even know which cat was where. Okay, now on the blue line, I actually can use camouflage. Oh, I should not be doing this, but it's fun. Wait, where's Swiftbow? That's what's missing from my skill bar. Why is Swiftbow disappeared? Oh, that was a satisfying split shot. Kind of accidental, but... it doesn't really matter. Okay, I think at this point it's 100% boss and... except no, our tank is still alive. Okay. Whoa, watch out, Piper. Bad timing. Oh, shift 5 is up. There we go. Oh, my DPS is so much lower. I can definitely tell. I gotta be careful with split shot. He also has an induction if we could interrupt that, hopefully. There we go. Just ignore the ads. After the troll. The troll's the big one, of course. I might even have been able to be in red line with that. I love blue line though. How was that, Piper? Ah. Fast find the path. I do like that from the blue line. I have found the path finally. Yep. I think this has even been smoother. Tactical critical multiplier, my favorite. 37 agility, 37 might, but way worse otherwise. I actually probably got this offhand from one of the 6-mans at some point if I had to guess. Asmal.
So you were able
Oh,
to defeat
I might have started this before everybody got here for the RP, but
so much
oh well.
for one so small. Maybe you are the ones the old tales tell about. Come with me and we shall see.
Javelin of the North. See, if I could equip that in my offhand, just have spear and javelin, that'd be fun. Upper Noruidor. Noruidor? It's dark outside. Suppose I'll pick up these quests. And then we have to like hide in the corner.
Or will you leave? The giants have need of your help. Ask your will of the giants.
I think this is where we usually hide. Can't quite get up there. Can you get on this rubble? Aha. Oh no, it's an invisible wall. Unfortunately, it's a slightly low quality there, but here they come. We gotta. Oh, too late. Let's go in camouflage. Oh, we're not wiping it? I don't think we've ever actually fought these guys and not just wiped it. Hello TK Best. Yeah, okay. Looks like we're gonna fight these guys. Mushrooms for Rivendell. I already declined that one. Oh. Those are accurate. Okay, we don't need them. This is the good old skip ads part of the raid. Always need that in the raid. There is an event. Probably cosmetics you can get from the anniversary. Honestly, I have kind of forgotten to pay attention to that. Whenever I've logged into LOTRO during the anniversary period, I've had, for better or worse, other stuff to do. Now we're zooming to skip the patrols. Left. I think I'm still in aggro with those guys attacking the thingies, Eggling, whatever they're called. So I don't know if I'll be able to switch to red line for this fight. But yeah, I think the main thing with this boss is AoEing down ads, if I remember correctly. I am not playing Runekeeper. We have... I think it's Horse Chrome playing Runekeeper. How bad is that stun? Not too bad. I should be able to focus on the boss, I think. Well, I didn't go through my full barrage. I am definitely not healing on Hunter here. Technically, Blood Arrow heals myself. I guess I also do have Press Onward, which I did get. That actually gives a run speed boost. Wow. Bull Roarer Sun. Don't want that. crit rating. Sad as it is, I'd rather that than where else, so let's roll on that. And then this necklace, nope. And I did get the dagger, sweet, but I can't do that in combat. What are we fighting? Alright, just fighting these for fun while waiting. Yeah. Oh, looks like we're killing the patrols. Oh, looks like we did get aggro. At least this gives us stuff to do while waiting. I think we were gonna do our AFK break, but so it doesn't really matter, but honestly, it seems like these groups get just about solo at this point. I don't think those guys are pulled. But yeah, it sounds like we're doing group-wise, like a 10-minute-ish AFK. If I had something else to do, I would go up and take a 10-minute AFK, but I think it's a good point for me to actually get organized and pull up some of the Hunter updates that we can get to. So we have to find Hunter Option 1. So Standing Stone Games presented us with two options. So I'm going to pull up Option 1 and Option 2 here somewhere if I ever find them. They were... I think this happened right after my stream on Wednesday, so it was probably Thursday. Did I stream on Wednesday? Or was it Tuesday I streamed and this came up on Wednesday? Also, I cannot find Hunter Option number 2 anymore, so that's not ideal. There it is. Okay. So... oh yeah, I was actually maybe going to do this in a little bit of a different form. It's going to take a while to get through, so I'm probably not going to be as slow and detailed as the other ones, just so this isn't like trying to spend an hour doing this, but we can get a little preview of the discussion that's probably going to be after the group event ends. What am I looking for? Okay, we have... Yep, that's one of them. And that's two of them. No, I need to put them... Okay, I forgot that's a... Whoa, did Chrome just crash? Or what? That was weird. Y'all are probably... Yeah, y'all are just seeing regular LOTRO and not actually seeing any of this. Okay, so let's do Lore Master because that's just what's here. This one I can do relatively decently if we're just going to ignore the game because nothing's going on in game right now. So let me get my chat back up and go to desktop. Except I am missing. Perfect. Ta-da! And the important thing, can't forget that guy. Big Cat? We'll have Big Cat. Except he just left. No, it's just an empty cat bed with a whole bunch of cat fur and... That might be just cat litter they've dragged in there, but you're right. Well, no cat for the cat cam right now. I think she's getting a snack and we'll probably be back. But anyway, this is Lore Master stuff. So this is what I was going on about earlier. We already talked about that. Blue line, level capped Lore Master still has a heap of trait points, so they end up spinning in blue line or yellow line. With yellow line, you just pick up support stuff, which kind of makes you incompatible with a second Lore Master. As I talked about earlier, okay, so that leaves Lore Master with a lot of group support, as such. Okay, I think we already covered that pretty much earlier. And then is there any reason why yellow LM should be the only class able to fill a support role? Well, there is burglars for support debuff. And yep, I pretty much agree with that. I guess I can actually read it out instead of trying to skip over this super rapidly in 2 seconds. So on Mac Mahal here, who is as far as I know, fairly new still developer. Looks like they joined a year ago. Wow, I can't believe it. But while it's true with the current state of the game that typically lore masters are one of the primary, I mean, there are 2 debuff support roles, and in raids, typically yellow lore master is seen as required. So this is mostly about that. And burglars also have at times done decent damage in LOTRO. I think even when spec'd for support, but also they have at times also done good damage spec'd for DPS. I don't remember the last time that they would have been like in the top tiers of DPS, but that could be like way back in the day, if that was even ever the case. But anyway, it's basically asking why lore masters can't be like that, which I agree they should be able to be. Okay, so from the perspective, this is what I'm interested in, and honestly don't remember going too detailed into these posts. So what I am curious on is what they think the core issues with pets. I can't zoom in anymore. This is fine for me to read, but it's really tiny text. Anyway, the core issue with pets from their perspective, or his perspective, is the fact they were not designed to be resummoned in combat, and then, yeah, being able to do that just endlessly in combat. So people do say that's like entirely within the realms of the mechanics that you can just pet cycle and you dismiss, resummon, etc., etc. And when you do that, it resets its skill cooldowns. So they can actually put an initial cooldown on pet skills, so it's actually unavailable when the pet is summoned. And I don't think that is ideal, and it looks like they agree. That isn't ideal. One, okay, the cooldown wouldn't be visible to the player. That is definitely not ideal. I also don't think that's ideal because when you summon a pet, I think they should be able to just use their abilities. That doesn't make much just logical sense to me, even though I get the idea of them implementing that as a mechanic, but for me, it's not ideal for more than one reason is the whole point here. Anyway, their real alternatives are to either nerf the pet skills themselves or otherwise prevent them from being used. Oh yeah, I forgot barrack taunts, you can't actually use those in instances. I actually completely forgot about that. So that's not ideal. Another not ideal thing. So they can nerf the skills themselves or add a cooldown to the summoning skill itself, which prevents you from resetting your pet skills repeatedly, but then you can't summon pets. Like if your pet just happens to die, you can't resummon it. Maybe they should add a pet res mechanic, and with the res mechanic, maybe that would have a cooldown. I don't know. But yeah, it looks like they're pretty much their primary solution, I'm guessing, for the whole pet cycling is to add a cooldown to the pet summoning skills themselves. Okay. I actually kind of agree. It's kind of similar idea to the weapon swapping. It wasn't exclusive to Champion, but probably most prevalent in Champion weapon swapping. So having that taken away just like weapon swapping would be great. Okay, so it seems clear. I don't know, do y'all enjoy me just reading this? I feel like I'm just skimming it instead of me just silently reading it here, picking out key points. But okay, some people value the ability for pet cycling, others find it tedious or avoid it entirely. If they had one main gripe with normal pet rotation, it would be because it's a lot of actions to apply one debuff for each pet, which is where I think we were talking a little bit earlier about the lore masters themselves having an ability based on the pet you have, and that ability's effect is, yes, based on the pet you have. Don't need to repeat myself. And it'd just be another debuff that almost takes the place of the pet's actions itself. Maybe that's something they could apply to like a blue line lore master to give them something interesting and something extra for their pet, to give you reason to spec into blue line. But anyway, what if your pets no longer had debuff applying skills, but you had a single... Oh, did I just say what he wrote in the next sentence? Wow. I really did not intend that. I actually did not read this. So that's the exact thing they said. Okay, lower rate than what is achievable. It says allows you to apply multiple debuffs either by pet cycling or target cycling. See, that still wouldn't solve the pet cycling issue because you still cycle pets. To me, it's less about the debuffs and more about the pets. But that's just my perspective on them. I really miss the days of playing Lore Masters. I've loved my Lore Master, but with all the issues with it, that again, hopefully they're addressing, they've just gone by the wayside. My 2 high-level Lore Masters, they're not played for dissimilar reasons. One of them just because, technically, because this character was an artifact of old LOTRO, pre-trait point revamp. And then the other one, just because I haven't had reason to play Lore Master. And then the leveling one, he's leveling and I'm enjoying leveling on him for the most part, except a little bit lack of motivation because of the Lore Master issues. So it all stems to me liking Lore Masters, but having issues with it where I'd rather play other things. Anyway, this type of thing, this debuff like that would not solve it without the second solution for pet cycling, essentially. That's at least, again, I feel like I need to always stress this, but just my personal opinion on it is that it's not the debuffing issue, it's the pet cycling issue. Anyway, enough of that rambling. And let's see, if pet summoning skills gain a substantial cooldown, it would be necessary to increase the cooldown. Return to master. Pets can die or easily bug out, yes. Forced to dismiss their pet, or pets get one shot shortly after summoning, then they're unable to do anything useful with their pets. And then it just sounds like they need to increase the cooldown of return to master, but then allow it to be used in combat. So a 15 to 20 second cooldown, you could just return your pet right to your side. I think again, having a pet res, maybe if return to master type ability was also a pet res type thing, that way you just summon the same one that you had out. Could be interesting. Each pet. Yeah, I agree with that, as we talked about. It was yesterday's video, but from 2 days ago's stream. Raisin did. I don't know if I've ever actually seen that phrase typed out. I might have heard it spoken. I'm guessing that's French. Raison de... I don't know. If anybody knows, I can of course type that into Google Translate. Translate. We're doing it. We're translating. It is French. Purpose. Okay. I want to hear it spoken though. Yeah, I don't think I've actually heard that. Okay, we're still good. Okay, so I kind of like the idea of this, unlocking or locking more debuff potential behind the yellow line spec, so red line can have the opportunity to do more damage. And that's another thing that could offer solution to allowing you to have a red line lore master and a yellow line lore master with both of them living up to their potential. Because with even if you play a red line lore master, it's still very optimal to use debuffs from the yellow line. So if you have both a red and yellow line lore master, that takes away a big benefit of the red line lore master, which is all this still debuffing. With the same debuffs, they could add, just as I talked about 2 days ago, they could just add a red line specific debuff that's more damage oriented. Okay, and then the final one, trait line specializations in group roles. Blue line specialization does not seem to have a clearly defined role. Well, thematically, see, to me that should be the, well, I guess role. Okay, that's getting into semantics. But pets, what's going on in game? Okay, good. I'm not missing anything. It doesn't seem to have a clearly defined role. That, I think, is fine. Not as in it's fine not being a problem, but yeah, it is definitely the pets trait line. But what does that mean for your role and priorities? I think that is a good question. It has a bit of group support, a bit of personal damage, and it has some more solo or supposedly solo oriented stuff. It's not really good, but ends up being used to moderately enhance red or yellow. Or yeah, this is the one. Instead of enhancing red or yellow, you just use Murder of Crows, which is that is exactly how I use Blue Line Lore Master, Murder of Crows. It is a great ability, but that is I guess the eagle technically. The eagle and a Murder of Crows, the only things Blue Line Lore Master really offers that's actually of any use, I should say, because it does have other stuff. And that makes it special, I should also say. Oh yeah, so floated possibility of blue line tree becoming passive, so supplemental traits for the red and yellow line. And then some others. This is actually interesting because it's kind of similar to a video I brought up. I didn't necessarily say this should happen, but with the Warden, I remember in one video I talked about should the blue line become a supplemental trait for the Warden, because that is one of the main identities of the class. And then the yellow and red could be focused on, say, ranged and melee. Well, you always have the option to tank or DPS, but this is kind of similar to that. I don't know if I would be a big fan of that. I also don't know that I'd be a big fan of Keeper of Animals becoming passive, because I think in certain situations, I think it can make sense for them to remove the trait tree and make it supplemental, but I don't really find that to be much the case with Lore Master. Kind of similar to Hunter, as we will get to later. Anyway, you're with Magma. I gotta see who Magma was now. Was that one of these guys? I don't know. Alright, we're contributing to group content, don't worry. Before I forget. We're definitely not making things more difficult for the group. I'm only checking this gear because I know a few of my pieces of gear aren't really great, but honestly, this is making me realize my gear is not that bad, actually. Although I'd be surprised if this is any good. Yeah, that is not good. I'll put it that way. It gives me pain to wear that armband. I wonder if we're going to try to get through this whole raid, because at this point, if it's a smooth run the rest of the way, it might take another hour and a half, but I think it'd be possible. I think with the modern day LOTRO stats, it seems like those first two bosses are probably the toughest just because of one-shots that I'm at least immediately remembering. And then later we of course have the Balrog, which is, I imagine still could pose trouble for us mechanics wise. Oh, they're still fighting worms over here. Oops. Yeah, Upshot is just not the strongest at this level. quite a contrast compared to high level hunter. Look how evil that looks. I don't know if it's supposed to be a tower, a building. It almost looks shaped like a coliseum, but I think it's more supposed to just be an evil circular building. They don't really have it that in that many modern LOTRO instances, kind of static background like that. Maybe we'll pull these. Oops. Don't mind me, just moving the camera. There we go. I don't know why I keep using 2, whatever that is. Barbed arrow. Oh, boss is already down. I didn't even see that. Oh, I should have used Burn Hot first, but again, that is a weak ability. Yep. We're way ahead of him, giving us instructions for things that already happened. Easy peasy. Can you believe we struggled on the first 2 bosses after that? We did really well on the Drakes and the such. I just stood there and pressed buttons. Store's cold. That's a not terrible looking shield. Earring? Nope, I have good earrings. Bracelet. Oh, it's Guardian. That would actually be an upgrade. That's a sad thing. Okay, I'm just not gonna worry about that shield. About Fellsmot. Not bad looking. Bad looking. Ironhead. Very bad looking. I gotta remember which way to go. Oh, we have the fumaroles. The best part of any LOTRO content, fumaroles. Oh, now I'm in combat. That's funny. Dude, does a fumarole pop up here? I thought it did. Oh. Oh, that was close. I actually thought she fell into the fire. I don't think it's an instant kill. Nope. One way to fix it is to swim in the fire. But am I in combat when I come back in? I've heard if you log out and log back in, I'm fine just being stuck in combat. I don't really care. The fun strategy. Normally skipping stuff is not fun, but in this one it is fun. Well, that would be a way to get us out of combat. Sounds like we have people crashing. Speaking of crashing. Oop. Doesn't help when I'm not even looking at the cat and I'm trying to touch her based on the camera. But y'all can't see, there's a second cat back here. The other bed. There's the cat. There's the cat. Oh. We're still here for anybody curious. For some reason I was thinking there was a funeral over here. Does not look like the air here is all that safe to breathe. Like, this character might not die from the combat, but he might die from all the smoke. There's also this weird pattern in the floor. Oh! Oh, if I were in blue line, I'd actually have a self-heal. I guess I should go ahead and use a potion then. I have no ICMR, I guess. Trying to grab a heal. Is there a minstrel I can bother? Is that one a minstrel? No, that's a warden. Technically the warden could heal me though. Ah, class deeds. I used to care about those. Now I don't. It's a great thing. It's not necessarily a great thing that I just totally don't care about them, but it is a great thing that they aren't important for that anymore. Okay, in the meantime, I can go ahead and continue trying to get the hunter update information going. There we go. It's one of them. It'll just take me a moment here. And then we want that done. Uh-oh. And then a few pages. I guess I should go over option 1 first while I get to it. Looks like somebody got me healed up, but I'm not even paying attention in game. Just gotta base one more thing. None, and then we're gonna make the font the right color. There we go. Okay, got that set up, and now I'm back. Oh, we're going that way. We're completely skipping the fumerals. I think there might actually be a quicker way. Oh, we do a skip. Oh, no. I think there's a fumeral trigger right around here. Oh, there's actually an invisible wall. Well, I am stranded. Does endurance stance give me anything? Can I use quick shot on nothing? Can I use quick shot on my health? Myself? No. If... Do I have the high health? That wasn't the most organized run, but... Rift Malgos. Close to Rift Malgos, but you haven't done Rift in ages? Yeah, it's been a little bit for me as well. It's enjoyable to get back to. There's a lot of downtime though, which it's honestly both a good and bad thing, but even longer doing Turtle. Turtle's at least simple and really easy to just run real quick. I want to be like these cats are napping now. Bear woke up. This is gonna take forever for my health to come up, but we're actually waiting for more people to come back. I'm just going to use potions. It's going to help. It was the most ridiculous thing, but I really should have been in blue line just because of the self heals. Strength of the Earth is completely power and damage, but press onward. I think that's I didn't even pay attention to the heal, but it's a not bad heal, not terrible heal. And it gives a run speed boost, which would actually be helpful here. Speaking of run speed boost, I wouldn't be terribly surprised if I had something in my shared storage, which I cannot access because I'm stuck in combat. Oh, actually I have one thing here, plus 20% run speed, allowing you to flee from combat. We'll use that guy. There we go. That is 10-second duration. So we have a 10-second combat run speed to run through the lava. We could just go through and kill the ads, and with our DPS it'd probably be better, but it's entertaining trying to swim through the lava, but it clearly caused some issues. I just feel like during a raid, during times like this, what I need is some other game, some mini game to play. Is Borer up? I don't even know what was on Bulwer, but there was a Bulwer this weekend, LOTRO beta. I don't know if there's one up. Beta closed because they don't run betas over the weekend. Let's see. The main things were bug fixes, and more bug fixes with particularly human avatars with that update, and also the raid on tier 3. And I guess technically it still needs testing on tier 1 and tier 2. Last I checked, the last round of beta didn't even have mechanics for the last 2 bosses, but this round that just finished. How dare you not like LM Pets? You know what? I agree. They should fix LM Pets so I like them. Good job, cats. They fixed Star Wars The Old Republic pets. I have no idea what was wrong with Star Wars The Old Republic pets, SWTOR pets, or how they fixed them, but I also don't see why they can't do the same for LOTRO. See, now when I actually sit back up, microphone's gonna be way off and I have to take hours to adjust it. There we go. You know, oh. They might have found the person we're stuck in combat with. The orc we're stuck in combat with. But yeah, if I honestly weren't streaming, now would be the time, as odd as it sounds, for me to basically do work. Actually, I'd probably be eating. If we're going to be in here a lot longer, I'm probably going to get a good snack meal thing. Although I don't know what I want. That's the problem. Polar bear would be pretty epic, I agree. Almost like the saber-tooth, but bear version. Like, different than the regular bear. There are so many neat pets they could have. Let's see. Interesting pet. Oh, Auroch. Loremaster should have an Auroch pet. That would be pretty amazing as well. Also a turtle. Why not? Mini Nornuin. My health is almost full. Should I make a run for it? I think that's where I need to go. Do what? Everyone? Let's see, what other pets are there? Yeah, we should be with a pet revamp. We should be talking about what new pets they add. That is actually more exciting to think about than what they have to fix with the pets. Oh. Whoa, somebody just got real mad in game. The Everseer trigger? Yeah, the boss is activated. So are we all going back to the start to... I have no idea what's going on, but they found a mob that we are stuck in aggro with. You see them in combat, even though it's in a completely different instance of this instance. They're trying to deal with it, and I don't know. I'm perfectly fine being in combat. Obviously, it's not good for my out of combat stuff, but hey, somebody leveled up. 53. I think, did I level up during this stream? I don't remember being this low XP. I might have actually leveled up during this stream. I sure did. Wow. Yeah, if they proposed an Aurochs LM pet, you would say, shut up and take my money. That is... I agree, that would be an exciting pet like that. Okay. There we go. A worm could be kind of interesting. That's probably not one I would use, but I think it could be fun, almost like a little lore master version of a dragon. And hey, we're out of combat. That means we can not only get some morale regen, but... But we have Press Onward. We're going to use that fairly early in. And then Cry of the Hunter will block about I think this works on lava. Okay. I think now would be the time for me to make a run for it. Oh, this is easy peasy. I don't know what the big deal was. Well, I know what the big deal was, but I was so worried about the rest of the run. That was very easy to get to. That's a lot of dread over here, though. Spider pet? Yeah, that one. See, that's one of those that I want to use, but I don't disagree. One of the larger spiders, like if you could have one of the Limelight Gorge size spiders, it would be pretty good. I also actually kind of like the detail of the textures on the yeah, spiders in Limelight Gorge. If we go to cosmetic pets, that might actually be a way to see what type of pets there could be. Hey, Auroch. You could have a bee. Actually, that's what Beorning should have, a bee pet. Like a proper pet bee. Got hiccups from something. That is, that cat's even more overweight than Piper. Same with this Krieg one. They need to get some exercise and get on a diet. Oh, distant cousin, that'd be a good lore master pet. Firegrim could actually make sense, not necessarily as a pet, but maybe as a summon a Firegrim for 10 seconds to attack your target. 20-second cooldown, lore master ability. Oh, this cat's is purring loud. This is an upcoming cosmetic pet. Although all the hair goes to one side, that kind of bothers me. And I also Drought. That's probably Draft Horse. But I was gonna say I don't recognize that name. I don't think it's Drought. Draught, rather, but Draft. Oh, Salamander pet. That's kind of like the worm, but a more exciting version of what I said. Yeah, Redline Salamander pet. That would make sense. I agree. Alright, Hope Token, please. Apparently they have a Hope Token buff. Should I use my last Hope Token on myself? I guess. Oh, we're doing the funky circle kite strategy thing, I think. which I think we have to do. And then as a hunter, if I remember correctly, I have to actually dispatch the ads that come out on these two sides. It looks like she's just staring. Oh. You know, back when I originally did these Rift raids, there was no cat cam. Oh, let me make sure I'm redline. We're attacking that one first. He looks extra ugly. Oh, there we go. Now it's active. We seem to have lost damage. I don't think it's just me, but... Oh, they were all fighting the other one. All down? Did I use my bleed? Nope. That is also one thing Hunter is easier and sometimes nicer with, just fewer things to track, like bleed-wise. I think the biggest thing is barbed arrow, of course. It is also a good idea to track your, say, focus better than I did there. That might require some focus, though. There we go. Easy peasy. Just like all the other non-first two bosses. And, loot-wise, any bracelet, I think that's what I really need. This is probably close to an upgrade, but I don't think it's really worth worrying about at this point. I really hope these robes are not good, and this ring is not. Well, is it? Nope. Okay. Hey. Alright, it's a hunter's job to pull. I guess that's one thing I could actually do better. Bleeding targets in AoE. I forget, isn't there a boss in this room and he basically does nothing? Oh, wrong one. What's the other one doing? Ah, almost 11k crit on Heartseeker there. Oh, Darklings. Wow, this is a very fancy chest. Let's see. Two-handed sword. Ugly. Death Broker. Does that look neat? I can't even tell, so probably not. Pocket item? Nope. Cloak? That's a lot of power, but nope. More loot I don't need. Oh, we have, I forgot about this boss. I thought we were on the Balrog, but we have, the ring? Yeah, this is the ring. Despite no Thring being here. Y'all can trust me, this is the ring. Well, here's the Colosseum, and it does actually look like a Colosseum from the inside. Sort of. Oops. I don't think that's a problem, but oops. But this is quite the involved boss. I forget how the 6-man boss from the vaults is different, but I'm thinking it is in some way, but I don't remember too much. Yeah, one thing I used to pay a lot of attention to were deeds, and I don't find myself doing that as much lately. Partially with Virtue XP, it just takes so much to get your character up. It makes me less interested in looking at deeds, even though I still tend to do them, like if I'm questing through a zone. But it's been a long time since I've just had a solid zone playthrough in LOTRO. I don't necessarily know why, but it has been a long time. I think one of the last ones might have been Englamith Aethel. And that was on, not this character, but my champion. This character was Wildwood, which might have been the previous, like, again, very solid full zone playthrough. Oh no, I did Yondrashire on Dorden. That was probably the last one, actually. I forgot about that one. For shadows, that's funny. Oops. Oh, I'm in endurance stance still. Was I in endurance stance the whole previous fights? That's funny. Now this fight we might actually run into issue like the first two bosses, but not entirely sure. Virtue food boosts. Or just virtue boosts. There should be a virtue food boost. That'd be pretty neat. Like, food that gives you extra virtue XP? Or do you mean food that gives you virtue levels? But yeah, I agree. Not spending on virtue boxes in the LOTRO store. It's actually most efficient to buy Valors for virtue XP. No, everything else they come with is kind of bonus. Yeah. That was it. This looks like a fun slide. I know it's textured, it's supposed to look like stairs, but when you're at this angle, it just makes it look like a fun slide. I'm going to toss you leader again. Can also dismiss somebody. Who has the best shadow? That looks like a dwarf shadow. Hobbit shadow? That's actually a pretty neat shadow. I like that one. Not that the dwarf one is bad, but of the ones I saw there. Oh, there's... It's like just my weapons for a second. It's kind of funny. She wave at him. It's funny.
To us, little ones. The Everseer spoke true. You are not to be trusted.
I have never run this raid as a hunter, which I know it's like we've been here almost 3 hours, and it's just like, wow, I never ran this raid as a hunter. But yeah, it's kind of interesting, this fight. I remember the hunters were a big part of this fight when we were running this on Anora, and now it's like... But yeah, it's kind of interesting being in that role in particular again for this fight.
You are not the enemy, he says. Why do you kill the Elgang's enemy? Are you then friends?
Oh wow, that was good days from the lore masters. I think I used my interrupt on that. Oh wow, it sounds like if you killed that guy, that dude, whatever he is. I don't know if he's a part of the egg lane or whatever they're called, but the Railers. Okay, we're about to go down to the cubby hole. But if you killed that guy, that would just be it. You couldn't actually run the rest of the raid. It's kind of funny. We did have one of the minstrels die. Endurance stance. Sorry, I'm super slow. I'm used to my survivability skills, like I'm just more used to them in general when I'm playing blue line, but... Hunter self-heals OP. At one point they were actually better than a word in self-heals. I don't think really, but they sure seemed like it for a moment. What do I do, like 2 damage? Well, I got a minstrel up. Oh, it sounds like we got split up when we went to the cubby hole. I just know this is the spot we go, but I guess the people that haven't been here with us were just like kind of scattered about. But this is the cubby hole when we get the defilers in the last wave with the ring and the such. This is always where we go and kill them and then deal with the ring. Yep. I would love that because I can AFK. Means I get to be lazy. Okay, I'm actually going to get me a snack, but important question for them. So, are we planning, do you think, to run the whole thing still tonight? Oh, run the rest of this, like finish it tonight? I was mainly curious to plan my snacks, as crazy as that is. That's like my priorities. Food is at the top. Alright, I know I personally won't be available. We're checking to see if people can run it tomorrow. We have the 3 dead people are like AFK. I don't think there's any like trash fights or anything. It's just straight to the last boss. Wait for it. Boy. Wait for it. Okay. Sounds like we'll give Thring another go and then maybe one attempt at the last boss if we get through it pretty smoothly. So on that note, I'm going to be AFK for a moment to get a snack. Be right back. So, as an update, I have basically no snack food. After some investigating, I have like meal type food, but that's what I was going to eat after this. Also, I'm not sure at this point. It's quite late for me. I'm not sure if I'll get to the hunter stuff. I probably could have scattered it here and there throughout the raid, but we talked a little bit about it at least. Oh, and hey, we have Reza, so we're actually not bad timing. Oh, now I'm like more hungry now after that. Lexi seems to be ready for playtime too. Surprised my headphones batteries haven't died. I don't know if it's a good idea to get the cats all energetic and hyped or piped up. Can y'all even see the cats? For some reason I just assumed you could, but that's me being tired. There's a cat. Okay, let's try this again. I don't know where she ran off to. Okay. Excuse me, Piper. Got hope token. That's good. Game. There we go. We're back. Definitely paying attention to the strategy we're doing. 100%. Let's be a good hunter and get a trap up here. Actually, let's put it on the steps.
You have led the orcs to us, little ones. The Everseer spoke.
You have to be at least level 100 to do the anniversary quest that grant Wanderer of Middle Earth title that comes with all the good cosmetics. That is unfortunate. Seems like that's something that normally that type of thing they want to have accessible to everybody. Also don't know how I didn't die there.
Perhaps you are not the enemy he says.
Whoa.
The Everseer said you help orcs. Why do not help orcs?
Bernhot definitely going to save for the defilers. We'll also build focus here. I think the next wave is the defilers. I should have saved Heartseeker as well. Okay, no, we're actually summoners. That's fine then. I really need to get this character. Like, if I were to run group content on him regularly, I need to get his UI set up for that.
The Everseer has lied to us. He betrayed us from the beginning. He must not be allowed to escape.
Okay, let's see what this cat.
Not defeat him alone. Only the hottest flame will destroy
Oh, did I not use Heartseeker? What happened to that? Oh, that wasn't ideal. Oh, one that keeps you in the area door and the other Gondor and Rohan. That makes sense for having to be higher level. We are... What server are we on? Interval. That's what it is. I hate to say it, but I wouldn't mind our group calling it now. Partially just because I'm really tired. Yeah, it sounds like it. But with that, I'm probably going to wrap up this stream. I'm really too tired, unfortunately, to go through the hunter changes. That might be something that's easy enough to record in a video tomorrow, assuming I have time. I should be able to make time for that and then upload it. Sunday would be ideal. It means I'll also have to edit that video tomorrow, but that's, possibility for upcoming content. Otherwise, I have no idea next week, but hopefully we'll have videos. That's about all I have for you all as an update for upcoming content. But I'll say that as far as this stream goes, I have had a lot of fun getting back to the Rift on my hunter and talking a little bit about the upcoming hunter changes, but full modder, at least details on that, we'll have to wait. So yeah, I'm excited to... It sounds like we'll be getting back to Rift pretty shortly, so we'll probably come here again, potentially. I think that should be exciting to actually get it fully finished. But I forgot where I was going with that. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed the stream, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more, or becoming a channel member to support the content. And thanks for joining, chatting, and watching, everyone. Also, I never realized how bright it was out here. Wow.